All right, folks. Well, good afternoon. I'm Jim Abbott. I'm the athletic director at OCU, and we welcome you to our February Blue-White Luncheon. It has been a very hectic time. Spring is full, and we've really kind of added to our repertoire this spring with events and various other things going on. So we got lots of updates to give you. Before we do that, I'd like to ask our student athletes who are here to stand so that we can have you introduce yourself. If you're an OCU student athlete. So, Caroline, why don't you start? Tell us who you are, what sport, and what year in school, and your major.
I'm Caroline Goodin. I'm a senior accounting major on the women's golf team.
I'm Matt Landgraf. I'm a sophomore econ major and I wrestle.
I'm Sarah. I'm on the women's cross country team, and I'm a senior early childhood education major.
All right, let's give them. I want to take just a moment to introduce our new volleyball coach, Jason Munoz. Stand up, Jason. Jason joins us at Oklahoma Baptist University as an assistant coach. He's been on 2 weeks now? 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks today. So lots to learn. We told him he'll be just fine as long as he doesn't wear any green clothes. So far, so good. Jason, we're really excited to have you and welcome. Want to call on, I'm kind of excited because as professional soccer has grown in Oklahoma City, it's really apparent to me that we have a lot of OCU flavor involved on the staff out there. And they have a special event coming up here pretty soon, and here to tell you more about it is one of our former soccer players currently employed with the Energy. Welcome, Dusty Cagle.
Thanks for having us. I'm Dustin Cagle. I was here on the soccer team from 2003 to 2007. We actually have 4 employees that played for Harvey over the past 20 years, and we're all here. Our first game is April 8th. For you that haven't been there, we played Taft Stadium on 27th in May. So our home opener is April 8th, and we're going to honor Harvey for his years of service to soccer in Oklahoma. So OCU will have their own link on the Energy page where people that go buy a ticket will donate $5 off your ticket back to the soccer program to help them raise money. In the next week or so, we'll have graphics made for people that do the social media, Twitter, Facebook. We'll have flyers made for the school where you guys can promote it. We'll promote it for you as well. It'll be a fun night to honor Harv. We'll see the alumni. It's for faculty and students to be there, and a good way to raise money as well. So hope to see you guys out.
Brian, did you have any rebuttal on any of that? How many years of service?
20.
At OCU? No, I'm kidding. We won't answer that. I was just trying to think of exactly what the honor would be, and I think like a 35-cent beer would probably be something to consider.
We could go broke.
Maybe not. All right, so I mentioned that we just had a ton going on and more to come. We just, over the weekend, we played basketball Thursday night. You're going to hear an update from Coach Patel, but if you come to our games, you know every men's basketball game comes down to the last shot. I mean, literally every game comes right down to the end. And then Friday and Saturday, we hosted the Women's Wrestling National Championships, which I know involves 560 different matches that occur over 2 days. Is it actually more than that, Matt? It's like 560. It's a lot of wrestling. But it really went well. The event went really well. We brought a lot of folks to Oklahoma City, which is something we really enjoy being able to do. And, you know, for us, it sort of reiterates to me, last month Greg Kerskeeter was here. He took my place. I had a meeting. We have Greg, and we have Kelly, and we have Stacy, and we have Rich Tortorelli in the back, and all of these things that we kind of bite off really we look at these folks to pull them together. So in a couple of weeks, we're hosting the conference basketball tournament. That's March 3rd and 4th. 1 week after that, we host the NAI's first ever cheer and dance national championship, which again will bring 24 teams to Oklahoma City, 500 cheer and dance participants from around the country, and then just a few weeks after that, we will also be looking at the conference baseball and conference softball tournaments. So it seems like every month I get up here and talk about how busy we are, but this year, more than any other, we've got a ton going on and lots of things for you to do. Well, let's get some updates. And we decided today we would do something we've never done in the history of our luncheon. One, we would get a women's golf update, which we've done before, but rather than hearing from a coach, we would hear from one of our student athletes. So you met Caroline Goodin a little earlier when she introduced herself. I would just say Caroline's just the kind of young woman that we hope to bring to OCU. Very bright future. We've recognized her more than once as our overall female student athlete on our campus, and just so happens to be an exceptional golfer as well. So here to give you an update on women's golf and share any other thoughts, welcome Caroline Goodin.
Hi everyone. So before I get started, I just want to say a quick thank you to Mr. Abbott for having me speak today, and also thank you to Coach McCauley for letting me take over for you for a few minutes. So I really appreciate that. As a senior this year, I've experienced a lot of lasts, especially this semester, my last qualifying rounds, my last first tournament of the season, and so it's nice to still have a few firsts mixed in there. So we actually just finished our first qualifying weekend of this season, and honestly it's been tough because we have a little bit of a problem, a good problem though, because every single person on our team has played lights out golf over the weekend. So Coach has a really tough decision to make on who he's going to play in our top 5, which, if you don't know, only 5 of the 9 of us can contribute to our overall team scores. So he's got a really tough decision on who's going to be in those top 5 spots, because I can say with confidence that any single player on our team right now can go out and get the job done as part of the top 5. So I'm really excited about what's going to happen this season with that. It's also crazy because we have 5 seniors on our team, which is probably the most we've ever had before graduating at the same time. And I just want to speak a little bit about each and every one of those seniors. Reagan Barnes, she came in at the end of last spring and really contributed to the team and filled a role on our national team and our conference team. Just really stepped up to the plate when we didn't know who was going to do so. And she's been continuing to improve every single semester. Let's see, Kaylee Campbell, she started off the fall on a really strong note. She finished 2nd in a big Division I tournament, so a really impressive finish by her. And I think that she's going to have a really great season. Anna Mickish, also a senior, has been contributing to our team very consistently over the past 4 years. I think she's played in the top 5 every single tournament she's ever played in. So I have no doubt that that's going to continue this semester, and she's going to have a really solid finish to her senior year. And Katie Lee Wilson, if you were at our home tournament, you may have noticed that she was not playing at all. She had been battling a wrist injury over the fall season, did not play a single tournament, and is finally getting the chance to kind of get back into the swing of things. And she was supposed to play our first qualifying event this past weekend, but she came down with the flu. So just struggles on top of struggles for her, but she's getting it done in the classroom while she's been away from the course. And she's really exemplified what it means to be a true teammate over these rough couple of months for her while she's been battling injury. She came to every single practice, every single qualifying round while she was injured, and just really demonstrated what it means to be a teammate. And I think we kind of get lost in that when we're competing against each other for these tough 5 positions, and so it was nice to be reminded of what it means to be a teammate. So thank you to her, even though she didn't partake. Now, our senior class is, I would say, the backbone of the team. It's the majority of us. We have the most experience. We've dealt with the highs, the lows, and just about everything in between, some pressure situations. But I'm even more excited, I think, about the girls that we have coming up behind us. The future of our program looks really bright. We've got 3 or 4 girls coming in next year to be freshmen that are outstanding students and student athletes. And then a few transfers that came in this year that have been really, really helpful in contributing to our team dynamic. On the team right now, we've got 6 prior All-Americans, so 6 of the 9 of us have received that honor, which is a big deal. We've had 2 academic All-Americans, and our team GPA last semester was a 3.687, which is the highest our program has ever seen. And since Coach McCauley's came in, we've essentially seen it go up every single semester, and I think that just goes to show what kind of student athletes he's been recruiting, not just good on the golf course, but also successful in the classroom. And I think that's really important. That's what makes OCU Stars so special, is because we do have that classroom success. And we're currently ranked number 2 in the country, which is a really big deal, but not good enough. We want to be number 1. We travel to Victoria, Texas this Friday for our first event of the spring. And it's gonna be a battle. We are gonna be number 11 Texas Wesleyan, just outside the top 10. And they always seem to show up and bring their A games when they play us. It's gonna be a tough head-to-head battle against them for the win there. But I'm really excited. I think our team's got a bright season ahead of us. I'm not really sure what all is gonna come our way, but there's 5 of us going out for the last time, and so we're presented with a lot of opportunities, and I have no doubt that we'll take advantage of every single one of them. So it's going to be a special year for us, and I'm excited. Does anyone have any questions for me?
How much did Marty pay you to give you?
You may have tempted me with Chick-fil-A one day this week.
Kane's guys sitting at that penny.
Okay, man, I got you. That's all right, anytime, women's basketball.
Maybe we'll have to make that Canes.
I go there too when I'm hungry for frozen chicken.
Gotta get the real stuff.
Any other questions for Caroline? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's like a NASCAR event there. And frankly, Caroline, do you want to give the baseball update?
I actually went to one of the games.
Too late. Denney would take you to Raising Cane's. He's not messing around with this other stuff. We have 5 seniors on the women's golf team, all from Oklahoma. And every year, in one place or another, you think, how are we going to replace Dusty Cagle or Tyler Vaughn or Tommy Riley or Caroline Goodin or Sarah Moore? And somehow we do. We didn't mention we have a home tournament that will be played at Lincoln Park. And what's the date of that?
April 10th and 11th.
10th and 11th, so right after the sports spectacular. I encourage you to come on out and give them a look, especially for those seniors. You know, they play all over the country, and to see them do what they love to do is pretty spectacular. So keep that date in mind, April 10th and 11th. All right, so now we are going to get a baseball update. We're not going to get it from Caroline. We're going to get it from our Hall of Fame coach, Denney Crabaugh.
Caroline, you saw us play. You come up here and do this. Hey, I promise you can come up here and do Marty's report anytime you want. I think we'll all agree with this. Jason, welcome. Besides not wearing any green gold, remember one perfect thing right here. All these people are behind you 100%, win or tie. That's what it's all about. We have started our baseball season. We're 9-1 on the year. We're off to a very good start, even though we've kind of battled some injuries to start with. We lost probably one of our best players right before the season started. He broke a bone in his foot. He's out for 4 weeks, and we had one Joe Lytle was catching 4 ball games. So this kid is a catcher, Lane Milligan, he's a catcher and an outfielder, and so Joe had to catch all 4 ball games the first weekend, and then Joe ends up pulling a hamstring on the following Tuesday stretching. Go figure. But anyway, right now we have 10 healthy players that we're playing with. We played these 10 ball games with essentially 10 healthy players, and I'm real happy and excited about this bunch. They really get after it. Matter of fact, they know what they want to do. Their slogan for the year this year was "Get it back." Let's get back the swagger that we've had over the years. Let's get it back to when people come into our yard, they are fearful when they come. Let's just get back to Lewiston so Paul Sanders can go to his favorite vacation spot. And they've really embraced it. This so far, it started in August, and they've really embraced that all the way through, and it's shown in the way we play. The guys are playing hard. We've had some guys that are off, obviously, 9-1, you're off to a good start. Sean Corso is one of our players. He's one of the leading hitters. Jared Baker, returning All-American. He's off to another good start. And all of our guys are off to good start. We're hitting like 390 as a team right now. The other day, I know we were down 5-0. Paul and Kim were getting nervous, as was I. I have to admit to that. We're down 5-0, and guys were like, "Hey, don't worry about this." And we end up putting up a 7th spot and end up beating them 11-5. And that's the kind of team we have. Not going to give up, not going to get down, not going to give in. They really embrace it, and the work ethic on this team is really refreshing. Matter of fact, I told them after the games on Sunday. We played these 10 games in basically the span of a week. And I told them, I really don't want to see any of you all on Monday. Take the day off. I got some argument back at me. Guys arguing, wait, don't want us to get better or what? I said, no. I do, but sometimes getting better means you kind of take a break a little bit. So we're off to a good start. The hitting, like I said, has been good. Pitching, Matt Young, been a sack player of the week, or pitcher of the week already. He's won a couple of ball games. We're up for Roberto Delgado, another pitcher that's really done good. And so I really think our whole team, if we get these injuries back, we're going to have Joe Lytle back this weekend. We're going to have Lane back in a couple of weeks. And right now, even our starting shortstop can't throw, so he's DHing. So we're putting the pieces together, and everybody's chipping in. And that's what we're going to have all year. And we've got some good games coming up. We play this weekend. Usually I say this time of year that started unusually, cold spell or drought or something like that when you're talking about baseball in February, but the weather's been great. And this weekend's going to be another good weekend. We play Friday at 3 at home, Saturday at 10 and 3 at home, and Sunday at noon at home. And one of the teams that are coming in this weekend is Bellevue. They're rated number 3 in the country. Right now, they went to the World Series last year, so that's going to be a really good early season test that I think we're going to be ready for it. I'm really excited about this season and the rest of the way it's going to go. And I hope to keep being able to send people to Canes and DRG and good things like that, but all this sponsorships. But anyway, I encourage you guys to come on out because we're really fun to watch. It's good to be a star right now in the program, and I'm really happy, and these guys have really vitalized me. And I'm really excited about going on. By the way, Harvey, 32 years. Anyway, anybody have any questions about baseball? Well, good. Come out and see us because we play at home every weekend, this weekend, next weekend, and the first weekend in March. All at home. So no excuses. You don't have to travel very far at all. And just come on in and have a good time because we certainly are right now. Thank you all.
Our final update today is going to be from our men's basketball coach, and I'm going to give him the freedom to also, he tends to talk a little bit about the women's basketball team as well, but We're on a nice roll in men's basketball, currently tied for first in the conference, but it's really going to come down to these final 2 weeks. Here to give you an update on men's basketball from our head coach, Vinay Patel.
Well, I guess the last time we spoke, we were dealing with a lot of injuries. You know, Coach and I were talking about this a little bit ago. We lose Terrence to blown ACL very first of the semester. And I thought, okay, let's just get past that injury and be fine. And then just a flurry of injuries started rolling in. We had a pulled hamstring we dealt with. We've had a herniated disc in the back. We've had guys out with the flu and sickness and this and that. And I think we went on a 5-game stretch where we were missing 3 starters. So we found ourselves at 4-4 and 6th in the conference. And we had just played at Texas Wesleyan, and I thought we competed really hard over there, shorthanded. We didn't have a point guard that game. Xavier Smith, our 6'9" post player, was burning the point for us for about 25 minutes that game. That's honest. And so we told the team after the game, just weather this storm. You know, we're going to get some bodies back. We're going to get healthy, and we're going to be fine. And that's what we said. We just got to keep competing hard. Well, then next thing you know, we've won 5 out of 6 since then. 9-5 in league now, and tied for first with 4 games to go. And it's a 3-way tie, and it's anybody's race at this point. We've got 3 teams tied at first, and then 3 teams tied at second, basically a game behind us all. So on the men's side, the standings are really jumbled. You know, we've had a nice little stretch. The last couple of weeks we went 3-1. We had a great game 2 weeks ago at Southwest Christian. A lot of people in here were at that game, and John Hudson, who was the commissioner last year of our league, he's now still doing our officials coordinator. He called me after the game and said that might have been the best Sooner Athletic Conference game I've seen in 4 or 5 years. And I was, hey, we won at the buzzer. And then we played the next game, and we went at the buzzer again. You know, that was the game Lou Dunbar scores 50 points against USAO at home. And we went at the buzzer, Ryan Wiley tips it in. So, you know, we're kind of, hey, we escaped that one, you know, maybe we'll have that again. Well, then we go to Bacone on Saturday, and Sagu, who's in second place, had just gone there the week prior and lost to them, and they were last in the league. And we thought, okay, maybe that'll open our guys' eyes, and they won't go down there and mess around. And sure enough, we're down 1 with 18 seconds to go. It's 68-69. We take a timeout. Coach and I are talking about what we want to do, so we come out and decide we're going to throw a lob, and we throw a lob to Xavier Smith, and he dunks it to put us up 1 to basically win the game there at the buzzer. So, you know, I don't know what to tell you guys. We keep finding a way to win. You know, it's not putting years of life on me. I know that because I'm over there dying in agony if you see me on the sidelines most of the time. We dunked it on Saturday against Bacone, and the clips floating around online. And you just see me sprinting down the sideline, chasing the ref down, trying to call a timeout to stop the play so we can set our defense up. But, you know, that's how our season's been. You know, we've been a little bit shorthanded here and there. We're still dealing with some stuff right now. I think we're probably going to have 1 or 2 out again tomorrow. We don't know for sure yet. I had a kid that has some infection in his mouth, and I think he's going to an oral surgeon tomorrow for a wisdom tooth or something. So he's got that in the morning, so potentially he's out tomorrow. Got another kid who was out yesterday for practice with the flu. He had some virus and was at the emergency room. So we just keep saying, just give me 5 guys. Just tell me what 5 is going to show up, and we'll coach those guys as hard as we can. But it'll be a big game. We're going over to USAO. We'll beat them 95-93 at home. Again, like I said, at the buzzer. And they're in second place, and I've talked to their coach this morning. He's going to have his baseball team out. He's trying to pack the gym because for them it's a huge game. It puts them into first place if they can somehow win that game. And so these last 4 games, again, I can't stress the importance of them, not only for our team, but other teams in our league. There's 6 teams that 1 game separates them, and all 6 of them probably are in the locker room saying, hey, we got a chance to win this thing. And usually that's not the case this late in the season. You're usually looking at 1 or 2 teams saying, all right, if you guys finish this thing off. But we've got 6 teams that are still fighting for a conference championship, and I think that's going to make an exciting 2 weeks for us. I'm hoping, you know, we got another 1 or 2 buzzer beaters left in us, and we can escape with some wins. But, you know, I think 3-1 down the stretch, or at least tie at 4-0, probably win it outright. And I don't know what team's going to do it because it doesn't look like anyone has an easy path. I know Bo Overton, he's basically clinched, their conference championship at this stage. He's pretty close to outright winning that thing. Where's Bo in here still? No, Bo's already gone. They're 13-1 in league, 22-2 overall. They're having a phenomenal season. He's got Danielle Wallen, who's potential NAIA Player of the Year right now in the country. So we've got 4 left, 1 at home. We play SAGU at home on the 23rd. It'll be senior night for us. So if you haven't got a chance to see us play, I'd encourage you to come see us one time. Both our teams are pushing hard. I think Bo's pretty much cinched up a spot in the national tournament. We're right there making it again this year. We got to finish strong down the stretch to make sure we can get in there, but I think it's going to be a fun finish to the end of this thing. So if you get a chance on the 23rd, come see us. Our last games are all close. We play Thursday at USAO, Saturday we play at St. Greg's, and then next week we play at MacU, and then we're home against SAGU. So everything's within 40-45 minutes radius from here on out for us. So if you get a chance to come check us out these last 4, we'd really appreciate any support. I did say we won 95-93, and I want to throw a shout out to Canes because I know everybody was excited when we hit that mark. So our teams go there all the time after every game. We just try to score enough points to get our fans over there as well. So thank you for what you do for us. Any questions?
X.
Go ahead.
Is Terrence going to make it back at all this year?
He will not. He just texted me just before I came up here. His surgery for his ACL is scheduled March 3rd. So he'll have surgery on then, and then he'll make the process back. He tore his opposite knee 2 years ago, so he's gone through this before. So he'll just start the long rehab process back, and hopefully we get him back in time for the start of next year.
X. Mention X.
Xavier Smith, that's on our team, senior 6'9" forward. He has just made the final 16 for what's called the ESPN Dark Horse Dunk Contest. He's a candidate for that. 16 people, and that's low-level Division I, Division II, Division III, NAI. And they looked at a lot of players, and they decided he was one of the last 16 to make that list. And so basically what happens is they make a bracket of 16, put 8 kids on one side, 8 kids on another. It has his highlight video, which Rich and Doug put together. Just shows kind of some of his dunks for this year. And then you can go online and vote for him. And we're blasting it all over Twitter and Facebook and everything. And it's something you can vote for daily. And if he gets enough votes to win, then he moves on to the next round, to the Final 4 of that. And if he wins the contest, then he goes to the big dunk contest that Division I has at the Division I Final 4. So I've had a kid actually a few years ago when I coached at West Texas win the thing. We got a lot of people behind that thing just voting them on until the end. So pretty exciting for him, and I like it. And I told Rich one of the reasons I want to do it is I think it gives us some exposure for our school and then also for our program, which will help recruiting. So if you get a chance, it's darkhorsedunker.com. Get on there and vote for X, and hopefully you can win that. Any other questions? Thank you.
You want to introduce your guys really quickly?
Yes, we're proud to announce 3 new signings for the OCU men's wrestling team, all from Norman North, all great students and strong wrestlers. You've got Joseph Messer doing stand-up, Sam Avan, and Gage Johnson, all state placers, silver state finalists. They're all looking for a state championship here next weekend. Like I said, great students, great test scores, and Kurt Avan, Sam Avan is here. So welcome them when you get a chance. They've all made it serious.